Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Game of Thrones. Last time on Game of Thrones, we had Walk of Punishment. The actual Walk of Punishment came in with Daenerys. We saw all the dudes being crucified, and Daenerys actually bought the Unsullied army. It's been a little while since I've recorded Game of Thrones. You may also have noticed last week that Game of Thrones went up on Monday and Torchwood went up on Friday. It was a little mix-up on my part. Some things happened, some things didn't happen, and one thing led to another. That's how it ended up going, basically. So, yeah. What else did we have on last episode? Jaime got his hand cut off. There's the wildlings are headed for the wall. Valar Morghulis, Pod the Rod, as you guys have informed me. Theon escaped. I think that's it. I think that's basically it. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Good episode. Again, been a little while since I've watched Game of Thrones, so it's gonna be fun to get back into this. So yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Let's stick to this episode and previous episodes of Game of Thrones that I have reacted to. And in terms of talking about the books, it is okay, but I guess just be vague about it. Someday I am going to read the books. Not anytime soon, probably like a year from now when I'm finally out of college. But I will read the book someday, so don't spoil a ton of stuff. So yeah, with all that being said, let's get into this episode of Game of Thrones. Here we go. Oh, his hand. He has to wear his own hand. Of all the Lannisters that you would want to see this happen to, Jaime is not on that list. Tyrion's not either. I'm not even sure if Cersei and Tywin are, which means there's no list.
He gave me a potion that made me powerless to move or speak, yet did nothing to dull my senses. With a hooked blade, he sliced me, root and stem, chanting all the while.
Yeesh.
He burned my parts in a brazier. The flames turned blue, and I heard a voice answer his call. But the sorcerer called, and a voice answered. And ever since that day, I have hated magic and all those who practice it. But you can see why I was eager to aid in your fight against Stannis and his Red Priestess.
Yeah.
As symbolic.
He would hate Stannis. That's not even about the realm.
I feel the sorcerer.
Hello, my old friend. It's been a long time.
Wow.
I have no doubt the revenge you want will be yours in time. If you have the stomach for it.
That was great timing on telling that story when you got him. What do the dreams mean? How is he not afraid of heights?
Mother, how many times have I told you? No climbing. Mother, I need to find it. It's here.
Well, how'd you get up here then?
No more climbing. Promise me. Promise me. Promise me. Promise me. Promise me.
Swear to me!
Promise me.
So he is afraid of heights. Or his mother.
You led the defense of King's Landing.
Ow.
They adore you.
Yeah, he led it. Not Tyrion. Tyrion, the only one that got stuff done.
Open the doors.
And he is under he's under Marjorie's influence.
I was only a boy when they took you away. My father brought me and my brothers up to the bluff so we could watch the ship that carried you off.
Yeah, he is from the Iron
I remember
Islands. You
the
guys
look on my
pointed that
father's
out
face
to
when
me.
he told us. That's Balon Greyjoy's last living son.
I think that's also
And those
Maximus
were words
from
I heard over and over again when I
Inhumans.
saw what they were doing to you.
My real father lost his head at King's Landing.
Ooh.
I made a choice. I chose wrong.
Finally! Alright, let's get you redeemed,
Burned
buddy.
everything down.
That's not how the show works, is it?
Not every.
No, I didn't. You can't.
Friggin'
Please stop.
brought him right back to the same place.
Put him back where he belongs.
Well then what the heck are we... What have we been doing then? What's the point?
You whine and cry and quit. You sound like a bloody woman.
Damn. It's gonna be catch up for all those harsh brands you're serving.
Did it ever occur to you that your daughter might be the only one listening to them, living by them? That she might have the most to contribute to your legacy? That you love so much more than your actual children?
Oh my gosh, she is shaking. She's holding something in.
Marjorie has her claws in Joffrey. She knows how to manipulate him.
Good. I wish you knew how to manipulate him.
Ooh.
I don't distrust you because you're a woman.
Oh.
I distrust you because you're not as smart as you think you are. You've allowed that boy to ride roughshod over you and everyone else in this city.
Growing strong. Ha! The dullest words of any house. Winter is coming. Now that's memorable.
Yeah, it
We
is.
do not sow.
Make like a rose direwolf that's purple with a giant penis. Moving on.
Littlefinger is one of the most dangerous men in Westeros. If Robb Stark falls, Sansa Stark is the key to the north.
And if Littlefinger marries her, he'll have the
That's
key on
true,
his
she's the next oldest.
Seems such a shame. Why,
You must despise him. You're working so hard to undermine him.
actually, I rather enjoy him. But he would see this country burn if he could be king of the ashes.
Yeah.
Moth, your skin starts to look like boiled oats, and eventually your face lights off and you die in agony.
Ugh.
But that's awful.
The South sucks.
You're... I
Ah.
believed you.
Dang it.
Porridge plague, I'm an idiot.
I am
Don't say
as
that,
gullible as this girl.
So
Everything
what
she
happened to
believes, I
Alana?
believe too.
You must see Highgarden. You'd love it there, I know you would. We have a great masquerade the night of the harvest moon. You should see the costumes. People work on them
Yes,
for
get her out of
months.
King's Landing.
And if you were to marry Loris... Oh, your place would be at Highgarden, wouldn't it?
Huh.
We would be sisters, you and I. Would you like that?
That doesn't sound so bad. I mean, you're not gonna get crap out of Loris, but...
And I'll sort them myself.
Whose throat are you gonna cut, old man?
Ooh. Someone's getting sassy.
Wait outside.
It's cold outside, and there's nothing to eat.
My
Oh,
wife give me
Owen.
bread.
Don't be sassy,
Sawdust
Owen.
in the bread. You are a bastard.
Ooh. Owen.
A daughter fucking wildling bastard.
Oh!
I shall have your head.
Oh! This is not where I thought this was going, man. Alright, I have an idea. Run! Just run, get back to the wall. Come on. I don't want Mormon to die. Just doing his job.
What is this place?
Man, they've been going a while.
Your lions come proud.
Gendry's got facial hair now.
You stand accused of murder.
But no one here knows the truth of the charge, so it is not for us to judge you.
Only the Lord of Light may do that now.
The Lord of Light, yeah.
Or is the little girl the bravest one here?
Aye. She might be. But it's me you'll fight.
Okay. Was he in a previous episode? Because I would not remember him. Alright, just... You boys gotta trust her.
Dovageris!
Does she actually know the language? She has known the language the whole time. I freaking knew it! Ooh, yeah.
Dracarys.
Oh. She's not even using them on him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look how awesome she is. Oh, that is cool. I want that shot as like my background or something. Like a computer wallpaper or whatever. Huh. Give them the choice. Is anyone leaving? Oh, that's so cool. None of them left. Oh my gosh. Now you have 3 dragons and 8,000 powerful dudes. Oh, yeah, screw the whip. You don't need the whip, they're free. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. That's it, isn't it? Holy crap! That was so cool! Oh my gosh. Alrighty. God, that was awesome. Alright, Daenerys is hands down my favorite character. Like, now, it used to be Ned Stark, I will grant you. Throughout Season 1, Ned Stark was my favorite character, but... there's no doubt in my mind that Daenerys is my favorite. So, yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Just the whole thing, just the entire time. Like, what did I say? I said this, didn't I? I was like, man, wouldn't it be interesting if, like, you know, all this time he's saying, like, this, you know, the whore and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, he's saying that in a different language. Like, what if she actually understood him? And it's like, but I didn't even think that she knew the full language. I was just like, well, it'd be funny if, like, you know, even if you're speaking another language, she knows when she's been, like, disrespected or something. But it's like, no, she spoke the language. And that was basically the key to her victory, was that she knew the language. So, God, that was so cool. All right. Yeah, I just love that entire point, the entire part of that. That was amazing. I've got notes, other notes technically, so let's get into those. I wrote down actors / Varys. We had a lot of Varys in this episode, which was interesting. Ooh, excuse me. It was kind of interesting that he just said, you know, he was with an acting troupe, which, you know, you hear that and you would think that it would just be like, oh, okay, whatever, he was an actor, whatever. But they really haven't shown, you know, actors or entertainers that much in this show. So I like that. That just kind of adds another layer to the world, which I know that might sound weird. You know, it's like, well, what, they just have actors and entertainers? How is that, you know, anything special? But we haven't really seen much of that. You know, we've seen a couple, like, you know, stringed instrument players and stuff like that. And, you know, we've had a couple, I mean, there have been some singers, but there have never been full entertainers, I think. So that was interesting. But yeah, interesting stuff with Varys. You know, this is gonna sound weird. He has been teasing the story of how he got cut for a while now. You know, he's said that to like multiple people, and he said that to Tyrion's like, oh, I should tell you the story someday. And now we finally get the story, and it's like, ooh, that's crazy. But it's just that he just was he was just like captured by a sorcerer, and the sorcerer just used them to call upon something. He doesn't even know what it was, but whatever it was, there was a voice. Something did answer the sorcerer, and that's why he hates magic, which that really does make sense why he would not side with Stannis Baratheon. And this is interesting because, you know, we finally get a little bit personal with Varys. Because with Varys, you know, pretty much ever since Ned Stark was captured or imprisoned by the Lannisters, he's only been interested in helping the realm. That's the thing. That's what he told Ned Stark, is like, I'm not interested in, you know, helping any one particular king. I serve the realm, so I protect the realm. But this whole thing of not, you know, of him hating magic and any sorcerer, that is him. That has nothing to do with the realm. So, yeah, I did like that. I wrote down Joffrey and Margaery. Man, she has just completely captured Joffrey. Like, you know, she has, you know, great looks, which will capture any guy. And she just plays right into his hands, basically. Or technically, he plays it, well, whatever. You know the point. You know what I'm trying to say. The point is that, it's like, she's basically just a giant ego boost for him. And his ego is so big that he can't see that she is manipulating him. And I like that. And I like that Cersei recognizes that, which, to be fair, is kind of what Cersei was for a bit. You know, and obviously Cersei doesn't have the control over Joffrey that she wishes she did, but she does. It's like, basically Margaery is playing Cersei as well, which is crazy. And and that conversation between Cersei and Tywin, that was intense. That was incredibly intense, but it was awesome. I wrote down Theon. The crap was, what are we doing here? All right, what was the point of him getting out of there and only to be recaptured again? It's like, so that guy that freed him actually worked for the people. Actually worked for the people that captured him. So he brought him back. I guess it was, maybe he was just trying to get the confession that he should have been loyal to the Starks. I'm still not entirely sure who captured him. That's the thing. Which you guys said, like, there were actually clues as to who captured him in previous episodes. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go back and see, but I'll take your word for it. Now, don't spoil it for me, you know, because you guys have said, like, it does, like, they say who they are, you know, soon. They tell him who they are soon, but it is possible to know who they are ahead of time, before the reveal, I guess. So don't spoil it in the comments, you know, let the show tell me when it's ready. But yeah, I'm so curious as to who it is that captured him. So yeah, so don't tell me, we'll figure it out later. I like this high interest in Sansa. Like, that is really interesting. It's like, Baelish, Littlefinger, like, so now his intentions, at first we thought his intentions were just that, well, you know, he's so in love with Catelyn that he extends that, he sort of wants to do something good for Sansa so that, you know, because it's something good for Catelyn, but that doesn't exactly seem to be the case, which I guess is kind of what Sansa thought. And dang it, if I don't have the exact same thoughts that she does when she's on screen, every little gullible part of her, I'm the exact same way whenever she's on screen. And I don't know why, but every time, even down to when Margaery was talking about that disease where it's like, your face gets all screwed up and then it falls off and you die. And it's like, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sucks. And Sansa said that too. And it's like, no, I'm kidding. And it's like, dang it, she got both of us. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, the whole thing with the whole interest in Sansa is really interesting. And I like that, Varys said, like, if Robb Stark were to fall, the North falls to Sansa, technically. Which is interesting, because here's the thing, I never really realized this, but there's 5 Stark children, 6 if you count Jon Snow. So there's Robb, the oldest, and now the King of the North. Then next would be Sansa, and then I would assume after that it would be Arya, Bran, and Rickon. So Robb is currently King of the North, but if he goes, technically Sansa is the next oldest. Although she's trapped in King's Landing. Arya is nowhere to be found. Bran is technically headed for the Wall, which, boy, the North keeps the Wall keeps getting more screwed up every time we cut back to it. And then Rickon, well, he's sort of like the spare, basically. Well, he's like the spare of the spare. Bran is technically the spare, and Robb is the heir to Ned Stark. But now, technically now, Bran would be the heir. But maybe the North is, cool, and, and maybe they would put Sansa in charge because she's the next oldest. That would be kind of nice, but yeah. So, let's see. And I wrote down Craster. Well, Craster's dead. That's something. I hated Craster. Friggin' Owen from Torchwood he just kept going, but he killed Craster, which is pretty crazy. But man, friggin' Mormont died. I like that guy. He's just doing his friggin' job. That's the other thing. It's like he didn't deserve this. But yeah, the Night's Watch, whatever's left of them. I guess technically there are more men of the Night's Watch at the Wall. There has to be, to defend the Wall and keep it in working order. So it's really just this group that's, going crazy. But yeah, man, they are in such disarray now. Like, it's crazy. It's like not only have they been being beaten and killed and exhausted of everything, but then they also have to spend a few nights with Craster, and Craster's just a prick. Like, there's no two ways around it. He's just a prick, which is crazy. And then I wrote down no banner slash LOL, which is Lord of Light, technically. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It's interesting that the men with no banners are worshiping the Lord of Light. So yeah, I don't know who the leader was though. You guys might have to tell me if he's shown up before, but I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Game of Thrones reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and you can hit the bell. You can support me on Patreon, and you can follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.